Hello, beautiful photographers. Today we're tackling a fundamental choice: RAW or JPEG. Every time you pick up your camera, this decision shapes your creative process and your final image. Think of RAW as baking a cake from scratch. Total control, all the ingredients. JPEG is your ready-made cake. Quick, easy, and delicious. This isn't just a technical setting, it's a creative declaration. RAW gives you maximum flexibility for editing, while JPEG is about speed and convenience. Your choice affects storage, editing time, and image quality. Let's break down the differences so you can make the right call for your style. By the end, you'll confidently choose RAW or JPEG, knowing exactly why. Let's get started. When it comes to digital photography, understanding the difference between RAW and JPEG files is absolutely fundamental. But let's not just skim the surface. Let's get clear on what these files actually are, diving deep into their characteristics and how they impact your photography. RAW is unprocessed data straight from your camera's sensor. Think of it as the purest form of digital information your camera can capture. It's untouched, uncompressed, and brimming with potential. It's like a digital negative, full of potential, just waiting to be developed. It contains all the information the sensor recorded without any alterations or deletions made by the camera's internal processing. It's not a finished image ready to print or share, but a recipe you can shape in editing. You have complete control over the final look, adjusting exposure, white balance, contrast, and more, all without degrading the original image data. JPEG, on the other hand, is the world's most common image format. It's the standard for sharing photos online, printing at home, and everyday photography. When you shoot in JPEG, your camera processes the data automatically. It makes decisions about how the image should look, based on its internal algorithms and the settings you've chosen. It adds contrast, sharpness, and other adjustments to create a visually appealing image straight out of the camera. It also adjusts the color, aiming for a balanced and pleasing result. The camera essentially interprets the scene and applies its own artistic vision. Then, to make the file manageable, it compresses it into a smaller, ready-to-use file. This compression reduces the file size, making it easier to store and share, but it also sacrifices some image data. RAW gives you all the data for maximum editing freedom. You have the latitude to correct mistakes, enhance details, and create your own unique style. JPEG gives you a finished product instantly shareable. It's convenient and efficient, perfect for everyday snapshots and situations where speed is essential. RAW files are bigger, holding more information. This extra data allows for greater flexibility in post-processing, but it also requires more storage space. JPEGs are smaller, saving space on your memory card and hard drive. This makes them ideal for situations where you need to capture a large number of images without running out of storage. With RAW, you make the creative choices later in post-processing. You have the power to fine-tune every aspect of the image, from color and tone to sharpness and detail. With JPEG, your camera makes them for you, based on its pre-programmed settings and algorithms. This can be convenient, but it also limits your creative control. Understanding this difference is key to choosing the right format for your needs. Consider your shooting style, your editing workflow, and the final purpose of your images. Now that we've explored the core differences, let's see how to set this up in your camera so you can start taking control of your image quality and creative process. So, how do you choose between shooting in RAW or JPEG on your camera? It's a fundamental decision that impacts the entire photographic process, from the moment you press the shutter to the final edited image. Understanding the difference is key to unlocking your camera's full potential. It's simple. Go to your camera's menu. The menu system is your gateway to customizing your camera's behavior. Look for image quality or image size. This is where you'll find the settings that determine the type and size of the files your camera creates. You'll see options for RAW, which is like the digital negative, containing all the data captured by the sensor. It gives you maximum flexibility in post-processing. Several JPEG sizes offering different levels of compression and file sizes. Smaller JPEGs are great for quick sharing, while larger ones retain more detail, and often RAW plus JPEG. This is a versatile option that gives you the best of both worlds. RAW plus JPEG saves both versions, the uncompressed RAW file and a processed JPEG. Great for learning and flexibility. You get an immediately usable JPEG and a RAW file to experiment with in editing software. Try each mode experiment and see what works best for your style and needs. Shoot a few photos in RAW, capturing all the available information. JPEG, simulating the look you want straight out of the camera. and RAW plus JPEG, giving yourself options later. Notice the differences in file size. RAW files are significantly larger due to the uncompressed data. And image look. JPEGs will have a more processed look, while RAW images will appear flatter and require editing. RAW plus JPEG is perfect for beginners. It provides a safety net and a learning opportunity. Instant sharing with the JPEG version, plus a file to practice editing, allowing you to develop your post-processing skills. Yes, it takes more space, so consider investing in larger SD cards, but it's worth it for growth. The ability to recover details and adjust settings in RAW files is invaluable. Take control of this setting. Understand its impact on your workflow and final images. It's your first step toward intentional photography, making conscious decisions about your creative process. You're not just snapping pictures, you're moving beyond casual snapshots. You're making creative choices from the start, shaping your vision with every setting you adjust. Why do pros love RAW? 2 words: quality and flexibility. RAW files capture more detail, smoother color transitions, and higher image quality. The real magic is in editing. Recover blown-out skies, lift deep shadows, and fine-tune every aspect. With RAW, white balance is fully adjustable after the fact. No quality loss. JPEG bakes in these settings, limiting your options. RAW future-proofs your work. As editing software improves, you can revisit and re-edit your best shots. You're not just taking a photo, you're capturing pure potential. RAW is about giving your future self creative control. If you want the most from your images, RAW is your best friend. Let's see where JPEG shines. JPEG is all about speed and convenience. Smaller files mean more photos per card and faster shooting, ideal for events, travel, or action. JPEGs are ready to share instantly, no editing required. Every device can open a JPEG, making sharing effortless. For photojournalists or anyone needing quick turnaround, JPEG is essential. Modern cameras produce stunning JPEGs, with customizable looks straight out of camera. Use picture styles or film simulations to get the vibe you want. If you love your camera's look and want to skip editing, JPEG is a smart choice. JPEG isn't a compromise, it's a choice for simplicity and speed. But what happens when you compare both formats side by side? Picture this. You're out chasing the golden hour, the light is fading fast, and you want to capture that perfect sunset portrait. You shoot a sunset portrait, deciding between shooting in RAW or JPEG format. This decision impacts the final look of your image and how much control you have in post-processing. Once in RAW, the image appears almost dull on your camera screen. This is because RAW files contain all the data captured by the sensor, without any in-camera processing. Once in JPEG, the image looks vibrant and ready to go. JPEGs are processed in-camera, with settings like contrast, saturation, and sharpening already applied. The JPEG looks good on your camera, seemingly perfect right out of the gate. It's tempting to think you've nailed the shot and move on, but highlights may be blown out and shadows deep, losing detail in those crucial areas. The in-camera processing can sometimes be too aggressive, clipping highlights or crushing shadows. The RAW file looks flat at first, almost underwhelming compared to the punchy JPEG. Don't be fooled. This is where the magic begins. But in editing, you pull back highlight detail, revealing subtle textures and tones that were lost in the JPEG. You have the power to recover information that seemed gone forever, and recover shadow texture, bringing back details in the darker areas of the image, adding depth and dimension. You can adjust white balance perfectly, correcting any color casts and ensuring accurate skin tones. This level of control is invaluable for achieving a professional look, enhancing those sunset colors, making them even more breathtaking than you remember. You can fine-tune the vibrancy and saturation to create a truly stunning image. With JPEG, heavy edits can cause noise and weird colors. The image starts to fall apart under the pressure of adjustments. Details are lost, and the image becomes pixelated and blurry. The more you push it, the worse it gets. RAW lets you fine-tune every part of the image, from sharpening and noise reduction to color grading and lens corrections. RAW lets you turn a decent shot into a stunning one, unlocking the full potential of your camera and your creative vision. JPEG gives you a quick, shareable result, perfect for social media or sending to friends and family without any editing. But less room to fix mistakes, meaning you're stuck with the image as the camera interpreted it. The choice is about control. How much say do you want to have in the final look of your images? Do you want instant results, prioritizing speed and convenience, or the power to perfect your vision, taking the time to craft each image to your exact specifications. Seeing the difference in your own photos is the best teacher. Experiment and compare the results to understand the strengths and weaknesses of each format. Try both and notice how much more you can do with RAW, especially when dealing with challenging lighting conditions. But remember, there's no single right answer. The best format depends on your specific needs and workflow. Let's wrap up with some practical advice. Shoot RAW when you have time to edit and want maximum control, and use JPEG when you need quick results and are happy with the camera's processing. So, which format should you use? It depends on your goals and situation. If you're learning and want flexibility, start with RAW plus JPEG. Shoot RAW when quality and editing control matter most. Portraits, landscapes, tricky lighting. Use JPEG for speed, storage, and instant sharing. Events, sports, travel. Don't let anyone tell you there's only one right way. Try a week of JPEG, then a week of RAW. See what fits your style. The best choice is the one that empowers your creativity. Understand your tools and use them with intention. Go out, experiment, and create something beautiful. You've got this.